Hey there, fellow comic book aficionados. Welcome back. David E. on here with Dusty and Daniel and a cameo apparently in the background tearing up on my chair. And bringing you today the sad tale of a Pedigree 9.0 graded Whiz Comics number 53. And I bring this to you from the CGC Collectors Society group page where this has been circulating, and it's circulated beyond this now as people are catching wind of what happened with this comic book that was submitted to CGC basically to be reslabbed. So he has a Pedigree book, it's an older label, and he would like a Pedigree label. He would like it to be put into the nice presentation Pedigree label. So he submits this 9.0 and he gets a message back, and we're going to take a close-up look at this, and I know it's a little bit fuzzy and I'll walk you through here. And this is his correspondence back from CGC. Thank you for your recent submission. I regret to inform you that our grade is determined that the Whiz Comics number 53 book will receive a lower grade than what is currently on the label. While rare, books can incur damage due to excessive handling by collectors and transit carriers, as well as improper storage, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they don't think it's a 9.0 anymore without telling the person, and it does not say here anyways, what they assume the new grade is. So you're not finding out what the new grade is, just that it's no longer a 9.0. And in conclusion, in the second part of the first piece of correspondence here, please confirm your desired option from the choices below. And it could be a refund, the reholder fee for the damaged books, and return it back raw with the rest of your invoice. Okay, great. Reholder the damaged book after adjusting the grade to reflect its current condition, or elect to press and grade the book to potentially help elevate the new defects and improve the grade. So something happened to your book. It's no longer a 9 in our opinion, and we can give you a refund, we can slab it as is, or we can send it to our pressing service, CCS, and have them press it for you. So dude elects to go ahead and have CCS press the book. Okay, press my book for me, maybe that'll help get it back to a 9. So they press the book, and then they get this correspondence, and that's the second part. Hello, I am sorry to inform you that line item number 1, Whiz Comics number 53, incurred a detached cover during the pressing process that impacted the grade. Gee, you think a detached cover would impact the grade any? Yeah. And here's the clincher. Because it is impossible to ensure that damage will not occur, CCS will not be held liable for split spines, covers, or pages detached from staples or detached pieces. However, management has authorized a goodwill account credit. Your account has been credited $450 to compensate for the situation and the estimated value loss. The credit will automatically be applied towards any future grading orders. Wow. So, first, and this is my opinion here, I wasn't there, I don't know what happened, but you had a 9.0 book, Pedigree book, getting reholdered, okay, getting a new slab with a proper Pedigree label. It's no longer a 9. Now, I know they can shift a little inside the holder, and that's normal, and to my experience, has never damaged a book. If I were to hazard a guess, not making an accusation, but if I were to hazard a guess, I would say the book was damaged removing it. They cracked it out, cut open the Mylar, and probably while removing it from the sleeve, damaged it. I'm speculating that CGC initially damaged this book and the grade went down from a 9. Okay? Again, I don't know what actually happened. It could be that it was handled roughly at some point and maybe a corner got dinged inside the slab. But from my experience, that's very highly unlikely unless the slab was damaged itself, cracked, split, something happened to it. That's very highly unlikely. So speculating that CGC damaged it while opening it. I've never damaged a slab opening it. I do it all the time. I crack slabs and clean and press and resubmit them, and I get higher grades back. I've never damaged a book taking it out. I'm very careful. So the guy says, all right, you know what, sure, I'll use CCS, I'll use your cleaning / pressing service and go ahead and get it pressed, and maybe that'll help, and we'll get a 9 again. Okay, I'm willing to throw a few extra bucks your way to get what I want out of my book. And they do a crappy job and detach the cover. And to add insult to injury, they offer a $450 credit to, how do they put it, compensate for the situation and estimated value loss. They made it clear, first of all, at CCS, they're not liable. They don't have to do anything. But under the gravity of the situation, because I guarantee that book's worth a hell of a lot more than $450 in that grade, we'll throw you some crumbs here and suck it up. $450 if this guy ever wanted to use CGC's services again after this experience. $450 is insulting. I don't know what a Whiz Comics 9, especially a pedigree, would go for. I can tell you that in the last 60 days, 2 CGC graded examples of Whiz Comics have sold. Whiz Comics number 53 on eBay. They were both 1.5s, and they sold for just over $150 plus tax and shipping. So if a 1.5 is worth roughly $200, again with tax and shipping included, if a 1.5 is worth almost $200, what is a 9.0 worth? A hell of a lot more than $450. Okay, especially a pedigree. A hell of a lot more. And unfortunately, this is what you get when you go with these kind of services. And we had, in contrast, when we do our live streams, sometimes we do interviews, and we actually interviewed Tony from EGS Comics, and that came up, pressing and cleaning services, and he alluded to that. He talked about that a little bit. He says, what you get when you go to a grading service for pressing and cleaning, whether it's EGS or it's CGC, CBCS, PGX, they're not going to do what you do, referring to me, because he knows that I clean and press, and he's seen some of my examples on this channel. And he says, you're not going to get that kind of detailed cleaning and pressing. What they basically do, what they all do, is, they'll take a magic eraser, rub the cover real quick if you have cleaning, and then they're going to throw it in the press. They're not going to steam it or anything. They're going to put it in a heat press for the day, for 24 hours, whatever, and take it out and you're done. One and done, basically. There's no details, and you have to imagine CCS in particular is probably backlogged with thousands of books. So it's in and out, in and out, in and out. It's a fast food service, basically. Also in sharp contrast, Tony admitted to having accidentally damaged a couple of books in the past, but EGS's response was to completely replace the book in the same grade. They went and found another example in the exact same grade and replaced it for the customer, because they're really trying to emphasize customer service. Obviously, CGS is not. This is insulting, what they did. And it's inexcusable that they were that careless, because that is careless. That means they threw it in the machine, pressed it, and pulled it out. Whoops, the cover came completely off. It doesn't say a partial detachment. One of the staples came loose, whatever. They're implying a complete cover detachment. That's frightening. And that can happen, obviously. And this is an expensive book to have something like that happen with. A valuable piece of comic history when you're talking about a book that's that old. So I don't know. I mean, just reaching out there, guys. You have thoughts about that? What do you think about that story? Have you heard other stories like that? I've heard a few other stories like this, but I think this is probably one of the more expensive books that I've seen this happen with, officially, that I've seen this happen with. And I think it's a concern within the industry. I use CGC. Again, I do my own cleaning and pressing. I don't think I would use a grading service for cleaning and pressing services anyways. But something like this really just kind of cements it for me. Have you heard this story? Because this happened just recently. Curious to see what the community thinks about all of that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Do you think CGC damaged this book when they opened it? Or do you think it was just mishandling that, you know, the seller, or the, not the seller, but the owner of the book is running around with the book like this? I can't imagine how, especially the way most people treat their slabs, it got damaged just in handling, or even in the shipping process, unless the slab was physically damaged in shipping. I'd like to see what people's thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. I hope you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. And if that's it, then what more can I say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.